Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a review of Musume Cinderella Grey, Episode 9. Now, before I do my video, I like to say one thing. Thank God the Knicks lost. Thank God the Knicks lost. I was celebrating yesterday. I had to call a lot of people. I got kicked out of the chat because I was laughing at Knicks fans who really thought they were going to win everything. But that was a bunch of garbage. I knew it was going to happen. I had never been more proud, happy as a New Yorker to say, thank God the Knicks lost. And I'm a Celtic fan. Can you believe that? That's here or there. Anyway, I want to talk about Musume for a bit as a series. And I'm going to be the first, I'm going to be saying this because a friend of mine who I got into Musume, who's a Blue Lock fan, he told me on Messenger, and I'm going to say it to what he said. Musume is better than Blue Lock. And I'm going to be strictly honest when I'm saying this. Musume is now, well, should have been, but I'm going to say it. Musume is the greatest sports anime of all time. Of all time. I'm going to say this again. Musume is the greatest sports anime of all time. Better than Haikyuu. Better than Blue Lock. Better than Hajime no Ippo. Better than Prince of Tennis. Better than Crocodile Basket. Better than Yamushi Pedal. Better than Yuri on Ice. Better than any sports anime you have watched. There is not one sports anime till this day. Nobody cannot beat Musume. Every animation from season 1 all the way till now, Musume has gotten better and better and better and better. The animation is flawless. There's no question about that. And I love the details. You gotta give credit to Sire Games. They did a fantastic job. And I'm looking forward for the app in English. I have the JP version. So I'm looking forward to the EN version and just get downright business. And I feel like that app game is going to be trending worldwide more than Bang Dream, freaking Black Clover, or any other app games you'll play, like Katsumiku, whatever. That's going to be downright good. But today's episode, though, I'm really trying to be respectable as I can possibly be. You know, sometimes in life, it's okay to bend the rules. Sometimes rules are made to be broken. Sometimes. I'm not saying it's wrong or right about it. I sometimes don't like to bend the rules because, I don't want to I don't want to lose my job, But it's up to the higher ups to see if they can make an amends. It's up to them to give you that final saying. It's like, okay, you could do this. For this one time only, you could do this. That's what it is. So, this episode of Musume Cinderella Grey, I won't say piss me off. I will say BS. And I will shout. I want to defend this show. But I don't want to be too loud because it's in the morning in the US. It's morning, and I'm really trying to be respectable. So let me get right to it with this review of Musume Cinderella Grey Episode 9, because I'm really trying to be calm and quiet if I can do it. Bear with me, guys. So let me get this straight. In this review, we got to see the Tamio Cross, and I love Cross. I can never hate Cross. When she made her first debut, I freaking loved it. Rudolf. Since the beginning, Rudolf has seen a lot of potential on Oguri Cap. Oguri Cap is the shining beacon of hope in this derby. Since she got here, she has beaten every race, has given us a lot of talk about Oguri Cap racing in the Japanese derby. That has been the talk since day 1. And ever since then, She'd be winning all those classic races. We already know Oguri Cap is great. And then the petition happened. Mad views. Mad views. Wanted to see her race in the Japanese Derby. That was the petition. Over 10,000 people. One of them. Everybody want to see it. Like, again, you have an Oguri Cap in the Japanese Derby will cause ratings to the effing core. Now, that happened before with TMO Opera. I don't know if you know TMO Opera. She's the one with the crown on her head. She did the Oguri Cap rule. Even though she wasn't registered in the classic, she still competed in the Derby, Japanese Derby. You know what I mean? She did it before. The one horse girl who did it was TMO Opera. But now that the rules are implemented, you can't do that. That's like adding new rules to the game. You're like, we can't do that now? We can't do that? That's what this does. They fucked up. So they had to speak to the higher ups. They had to speak to the head association, the Musume association, just to get just to get Oguri Cap in the Japanese Derby. And this was a messed up episode because Rudolf signed a petition. See, in Rudolph's case, it's like, it doesn't matter how many records you have. The fans want to see you. Let's just say out of 10 races, you're what, 5-5 or 4-6. But the fans, that's the thing about it. It's the fans. The fans want to see you race because they like you. Even if you're 5-5 and 4-6, 3-7, or 9-1, they love you. They love Oguri Cap. They want to see them race. And then when we got to the Japanese Derby, you know, with the whole 150,000 fans, and you got to see, and then, you know, doing their national anthem. We got to see all the other characters racing. Everyone that we know, you know, like the Umesude character with her messed up leg, I forgot her name, but still we got to see her. And we got to see Sakura once again, you know, and all the others who we saw in the episode, in this arc. Now, Oguri Cap, here's the thing. I was disappointed from the start. Because Oguri Cap didn't race in this Japanese Derby. This is why I'm not trying to be yelling at right now. I'm trying to be respectable as I can. I'm not trying to wake people up right now in the morning. But this episode pissed me off. I mean, was bullshit. This episode was kind of BS for me. Kind of bullshit in a way. Because, and I swear to everything I love, I didn't read the manga. I saw Oguri Cap not wearing her racing uniform because she wasn't going to compete in the Japanese Derby. And I knew she wasn't going to race because before the race even started, if you noticed it, and I noticed it, they were showing other characters in their racing uniform. You know how like they got their school uniform and then they got their racing uniform. We got to see all of them in their racing uniform. I'm looking at Oguri Cap. Oguri Cap just had her like her red, the training uniform. You know, not her derby uniform. Let me just say that. Her derby uniform. And from that point, I knew she was not in this Japanese Derby. I knew she wasn't going to be in this Derby. And then I'm looking at Rudolf, and Rudolf showed more impact in this animation. You could tell by her face. You could tell by her reaction. You could tell by all of this. This is not what she wanted it. And even though she told them that everybody want to see her race, you get a clear hint of how this race was going to be. Because throughout the Japanese Derby, we have seen all these other horse girls was racing their ass off. And Rudolph knew, just by the visionary that she is, she already knows Oguri Cap could win this Japanese Derby. You know damn well she would have won this entire Japanese Derby in a landslide. No question. Now, props for Sakura for winning the Japanese Derby. Not saying she's a bad racer, but if Oguri Cap was in this Derby, she would have smoked their ass. No fucking question. She would have smoked their ass, and then we call her the best of the best. But rules are rules, you know. You can't we just taking somebody who's not registered into the Japanese Derby is the rules. Who the frick cares? Who cares? There was a petition. I'm keep going back and I'm really get mad at this episode. There was a petition. Over 10,000 people wanted to see her race. Even Rudolph signed it. And I'm like, yo, if a petition doesn't work, what do you want? You want followers now? You want over like I don't get it. I don't get it. 10,000 petition signatures. Musume leader Rudolf, the head of not the head, but like the Tokyo Rudolph signed it as well. And they're not gonna let Oguri Cap race still? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Like freaking million petitions? And again, when Oguri Cap won her race, the fans were more glued on this than the Japanese Derby. That's the thing. It's like, how do I put this respectfully? It's like backlash. I'm gonna use wrestling term. I'm gonna use WWE as a wrestling term for this one. That's like saying Backlash was better than WrestleMania. That's what it was. Backlash was better than WrestleMania. And we didn't even get that. If Oguri Cap was in the Japanese Derby, it would have been a whole different story. But because she ain't in that race, that's just her. And then you have to remember, when Oguri Cap won, all the fans were glued on that one. And now everybody was looking at the petition and see how it is. Now they know. Now the head, the UMA Association, the head of the board, whatever, they now see it. Everybody wanted Oguri Cap to be in the Japanese Derby. They get props for winning, but she would have smoked them all. Now they got to make some changes, and they better make some fucking changes for her to race in those derbies, regardless if she wasn't registered. And even though TM Opera did it, Oguri Cap needs to be in it. No question. Now, the next arc is the White Lightning arc, which is going to show us on Cross. Definitely Cross. So, I know that we're on episode 9. We're 3 episodes away, but they better give us that race we want to see. Cross versus Cap. That's going to be the best race of all time. And I guarantee you it's going to be. But overall, though, this was an amazing episode. It had the amazing animation, but this episode was mostly about Rudolph in this one, because the animation is flawless with Rudolph, and basically like showing us how associations and all this stuff works when it comes making decisions of who gets to race in the Japanese Derby. And even though Oguri Cap did her thing in this other race that we didn't care about because it was important, it just showed us that this is more than just race. It's about who gets selected or whatnot. So now we're going to see more where this goes. But next week is going to be the White Lightning arc, which we're going to see more on Cross and Cap in a race. So please, head of UMA, make this right again. Put her in a freaking derby, not all these simple competitions that Oguri Cap is. No, put her in the freaking 200cc Mario Kart day. Do that. So I look forward for next week's episode and this White Lightning arc that we in. Let's see where this goes. Stay tuned.